I mean, we needed a win. Into the third quarter, we had momentum, and I felt good, and I just wanted to try to continue that, And I told him like, let's just roll, and he was like, we got another game tomorrow, and I was just like, I'll be all right, I just think we're in one of those situations where it's going to be ugly sometimes. It's going to be a grinded out situation, but to me, it's a mental thing. Just getting over the hump, and sometimes it gets harder. Sometimes you got to work a little bit harder. You come up on the short end. You got to work harder to get over the hump. I thought tonight was that opportunity. A big game against a good team, and we had our opportunities. We could have done a lot of things better, and it's a tough one to let go, but another one tomorrow.
How would you describe how you guys closed out game this year?
How we what?
How did you close out game fourth quarter late
I mean, we haven't been the best, in the past it's been a time where we usually make something out of nothing, and we come up big. And, I think the first thing that I think of is I've been able to come up big a lot more often in the past, and this year has been less of the case, I guess. But you just got to keep playing. You just got to keep going. And, right now, like I said, we just haven't been able to get over the hump and, put enough plays together at the right times to just get it done. Tonight, like I said, we had our opportunities. We missed free throws at the end. Me, Norm, Nurk, each missed a free throw. Got some good looks, missed shots. I felt like I had some good looks that felt good when I shot them. They didn't go in. And you just got to keep moving forward. You got to continue to fight the fight. Sometimes there's really not a whole lot to say. You see what's happening on film, but you come up short, and nobody's going to save us. There's a lot of games left, and we gotta keep fighting to get over the hump.
Dame, quote Ed Davis used to say, "Momentum can be an MFer." How do you prevent, or in your experience, what prevents momentum from going the wrong way? Like, how do you guys?
What prevents it from rolling in the wrong direction?
Yeah.
I think it's your mentality, when you're in the middle of that fire. And, I told the team yesterday, it's a lot of teams in the league that experience this every year. The last 2 years, we've been one of them. I think my fourth year, we was in a similar situation where it was like, this is the moment that a lot of teams just choose to pack it in and say, you know what, it's tough. We this many games under 500. We haven't been playing great. And they just fold and they become one of those bottom teams. And I just said, that's not who we are. This ain't our first time being in this situation. It's not the situation we want to be in. But we dig out and we find a way, and we're gonna do that once again. But it's not easy and it's not comfortable. So we just gotta keep going. I don't think we're proud of the way we playing right now, closing games. I'm not proud of the way I'm shooting the ball. I'm not proud of a lot of things, but I'm a soldier, and I know that in my heart. And I know how to will a team, and we as a group, we know these situations. We know how to come out of it, and we're gonna do that. We just gotta make sure that our minds are in the right place. I think that's the most important thing in these situations.
Is that literally to the whole team? Like, are you standing before the whole team?
Yeah.
Practice, film session?
After practice.
What was the response?
Everybody agreed. It would have been an issue if anybody didn't. These are the times where it's literally like a lot of people will fold. You see it around the league a lot of times. These are the moments where people will fold. It's people who aren't directly involved in it, that aren't playing and having to, do the work and have to deal with the criticism and deal with the tough losses like tonight. Those are the people that's, they get to saying, oh, this is, what are we going to do? This is bad. It's the end of the world. But, we professionals. And even though it hasn't looked great, it hasn't felt great, it's our job to find a way. And this team specifically we aren't new to this position. And we just got to use our experience and keep our minds right and come out of it. And like I said, we will.
And how often have you made those types of speeches in your career?
I'm not big on speeches. I just feel like
That's kind of a speech.
no, it wasn't as much of a speech as it was of I know when something needs to be said. And I felt like it was something that needed to be said, and that was it.
I guess I'm curious what triggered you to sense that something needed to be said.
Just because I feel like our energy hasn't been as spunky, I think we go out there to win games and, our minds are into it. But when it's like we are accustomed to one thing and you got a completely new system, a completely new staff, we're not flowing like we, have been in the past, and everybody's adjusting. So much commotion around us, it can dry you out. It can drain you and be heavy on you, especially when you're dealing with a group. So it was like something that I feel like I needed to say, and something that we needed to put out there just so we can go into this with our minds right, like I said, and together, and ready to nut up and man up, and we might lose 2 more games before it starts to go. That's a part of the test of struggling. So we just got to keep our minds right, and we got to have our arms locked and be ready, to deal with whatever happens.
Do you feel like you had that spunk tonight?
I did. I mean, obviously we had some moments in the first quarter, some moments to start the third quarter where it was like, all right, we got to be better than this. But it's a game of runs. Teams have moments in games. They had their moments at those times. But, I felt it with the energy from the crowd that they saw, the effort they saw, the fight. But for me, it's like I wanted to win that one. I wanted to be walking off the court saying we had to fight. The crowd was into it, and we got to win, and we didn't. So, that's the tough part about it. That's why it's hard to come out of these situations, especially for me, when I feel like it's my job we get in a situation where it's like, all right, now just go get it done, and not let it slip and don't pull us out. That's the toughest part for me to deal with. But you got to get up and do it again. That's a part of the job.
Got time for a couple more? One more.
Playing back-to-back is tough enough. Playing back-to-back after an overtime game, granted you're at home, but do you feel like this team is tough enough and then playing tomorrow?
Yeah.
As well?
I mean, we had a back-to-back last year. We played at OKC, got snowed in, so we couldn't fly after the game. We flew to New Orleans the day of the game. We landed at 5 o'clock, went straight from the plane to the arena, played at 7 o'clock, and it was a tough game, and we pulled it out. So, I mean, I say that to say that this is our job. It's not our first time. We know what we signed up for, and we got to get up, we got to get our rest, we got to hydrate, do what we got to do, and get up and be ready to do the job tomorrow. We just need to get one win. You get one, feel good about yourself, and try to get rolling. So it's not going to be easy, but it's not our first rodeo.
Gabe, just going back to your address to the team, just for perspective, I mean, you've probably only felt the need to do that a handful of times in your career, 2 or 3 times. What would you say?
I mean, a handful of times. I'm not a rah-rah speech or try to always be motivating everybody and having something to say. Obviously I have to say a lot as a leader of this team, but I don't go off on big speeches and stuff like that all the time. I just, like I said, when I feel like something needs to be said, the team needs to be picked up, reassured of like, all right, we still fighting, we still going for it, we're gonna be okay. I think sometimes the team needs to hear that, from experience, and they need, as a team, you need that comfort and that belief. And I just felt like, now is a good time to get that message across, is that we're not the only team that's gonna have a struggle like this. We're not the only team going through this struggle right now. But what we're not gonna do is be one of the teams that fold. So, like I said, it's ugly at times. It doesn't feel good at times. but we got to keep going, and we got to find a way because that's just what we do. So, like I said, another game tomorrow.